Alright, what the hell is a Lorraine 50T? Well, it's practically a medium tank, the Lorraine 40T, with a large turret, housing a 120mm, but it was meant to be a medium tank, and only existed as a blueprint, so technically AMX 30s were obviously a lot better, but this is classified as a tier 9 special French heavy tank. It only has 90mm at the front of the hull and 40 for the sides. It's an up-armored, sure, Lorraine 40T, but 90 is still the same as 40, other against high explosive rounds from artillery or something, but it's practically a large turret from a AMX M4 on a Lorraine 40T, practically, so it's a one-trick pony of hull down tactics. And it's fast, but you cannot take a hit in the hull, and you do get spotted with a large ass profile, and then artillery shell come running in and ruining your day. But don't sit still, I guess. That's the main tactic. Play this thing like a medium tank. It's not a heavy. It's not designated as a heavy tank. So let's take a look at the stats. But crew of 4. Missing the radio operator if you're training the M4 series. So AMX M4, 1949, 51, and 54. So all of them have a radio operator that you're missing the situational awareness, which is kind of good. But yeah, you could miss out a little bit, I guess. Yeah, all of them have it. Also including the dreadful AMX 65T. This thing also has a radio operator. Yeah, but who the hell plays with this thing? It's like playing with the 50T with garbage ass frontal hull armor, but it's slow. It's slow top speed of 40 kilometers per hour. Yep. Oh my gosh. Nope. So I think this thing could be okay in terms of crew training. You're just missing out. Also, it's not beneficial to use the crew from AMX 50B series, including the 5100, 5120, and the 50B, because they have the radio operator, not the loader. So you cannot train the essential skill of safe stowage, or I don't know, intuition, but intuition for autoloaders are not good, so whatever. So crew training is a toss-up, whatever. But let's take a look at the firepower. So 120mm AP round for default, and APCR for gold shell. APCR for gold shell. So standard pen 264, gold pen 308, not bad. Shell velocity 1067 meters per second for AP, also not bad. So not a slow shell, but the downside is it takes long to reload. For a 400 alpha gun, DPM suck. At tier 9 especially, only about 1800 DPM. That is bad. That is like tier 8 heavy tanks DPM. Actually, this thing has worse DPM than the AMX M4 49. Yeah, it has worse DPM than the tier 8 premium. Alright, I mean, kind of the same playstyle, but this thing is faster, so speed might be essential, but 10 degrees of gun depression, 15 elevation, fast turret traverse, so that's good. You play this thing like a medium. Aim time is long, mostly because of the long ass barrel of the gun, but accuracy is pretty good, so you could snipe across the map. Let's take a look at dispersion. Not bad, above average for a heavy tank. So usually the heavy is like 0.16 or 17. Alright, a little bit above average, more closely to a medium tank. That's decent enough. But overall, the firepower of this gun is mainly the DPM downside. You have the pin for standard AP round, which is not bad, but DPM just suck. Also, it has no armor, so let's take a look at the survivability of this vehicle. So 1900 health, a little bit above average, a little bit by like 100, so that's good. But 90 at the front of the hull. God. About 140 millimeters effective. The only thing you're preventing is high explosive. Everything else gets pinned. So even from like 90 millimeter guns from light tanks or something. Light tanks have about 170 millimeters of pin for tier 9s. They'll go through your upper plate. Lower plate is better in terms of sloping, but you're supposed to haul down, and haul down with it is about 180 millimeters effective or 170. Still not enough, and it's a big ass target too. God damn. Driver hatch 50, so doesn't stop much too. Oh god, it is slope better, I guess, but the thing about this vehicle is the turret front. 250 with a large ass mantlet, so obviously don't shoot the mantlet. Mantlet is 220. Side of the cheeks are 200. Where the hell's the 250 from? Underneath the mantlet. Holy crap. Alright, so don't shoot the turret overall, but there is a small machine gun cupola in the back, similar to a machine gun mini turret for the Jagdpanzer 𝘓𝘳𝘳 at the port side as well, but that's the only weak spot if you're face hugging, so shoot this thing right here. But that is about 160 millimeters effective. So if you're tall enough, if you're face hugging and don't have the gun depression to shoot downwards, shoot that thing right there, but small target. So overall the turret is pretty strong, and that's the only saving grace for this heavy tank, quote unquote. It's not a heavy tank, it's a medium tank with turret armor like a Centurion or AMX-30 for that matter, but side armor 40, nothing to talk about. Side of the turret 70, front is 160. Don't stand still and don't, side scrape. Only go haul down and try to move away from artillery fire. That's all you can hope for. Top of the turret, well, it's only 60, so artillery shells, love it. 40 at the back too, so artillery shells might pin. You have a large target, they can shoot and pin the upper plate if they're using like, well, AP round does easily chew through everything, but that's, I'm thinking about the non-stun high explosive. Would that go through the upper plate? I don't think it will, but nah, it doesn't. It only has like 60 or 70 millimeters of pin. This thing has about 100, so relatively safe, quote unquote, against high explosives. Everything else you get pinned. Oh god. Armor wise, it's a medium tank. It's not a heavy tank, but it does have the mobility. 55 tons, 1000 horsepower engine, so horsepower per ton ratio is 18, which is pretty fast for a heavy, but okay for a medium. Top speed of 60, reverse of 15, hull traverse above average for a heavy tank at about 31 degrees per second. Terrain resistance, okay-ish, average, not good or not bad, but you do get bogged down in soft terrain, so meh. And finally, concealment, garbage. Large ass turret means you get spotted across the map, but then again, what could you expect? Camouflage is garbage. View range 400, not bad. Radio standard. So how the hell would I rate this thing? Well, it's a heavy tank, it's not a medium, even though when I played the AMX M4 54, it feels like I don't have any hull armor at the front, even though it has 220, and that's because all the gold shell this thing eats. So might as well just use the turret front, right? But it's well, it's faster than the AMX M4 54, so better horsepower per ton ratio, better top speed, not as good traverse, but this thing also has the turret armor to compensate. So, oh gosh, oh, I'm using turbocharger. Even with turbocharger, I only get up to 16 horsepower per ton ratio. Oh god. So I think for the AMX, or not the AMX, the Lorraine 50T, I think you should go with something like, obviously, vents. You don't need to have the health. Nah, vents, mobility, and rammer. Since it's a single shot, always rammer. So with that, only about 2000 DPM, still kind of low. But mobility wise, it's a lot faster. So play like a fast medium tank or large medium tank than a heavy. And with Brothers in Arms, let's select modifications. Probably go with less likely to blow off the tracks. That's more important for a large vehicle. But then again, maybe better grousers. Maybe just go with the grouser rather than the traverse. Now when I'm thinking about it, better aim time compensation with the downside to accuracy, obviously. View range, always go with more view range. Sometimes you don't even face artillery, so always go with more view range. Go traverse or top reverse speed. Traverse speed, don't need the reverse if you're going fast enough, and reverse is already good enough. So, all right. And with all of that, they don't give you the firepower edition. You don't get to choose. Oh, that's dumb. Apply. Select firepower, or select mobility or firepower. Firepower doesn't change the DPM as much. So with firepower slot, you get 40 more DPM. A big old 40. That's not good enough. That's not nearly good enough. But with the mobility slot, you get, well, about 0.45 horsepower per ton ratio, which is not bad when you think about it. And 1 more kilometers per hour top speed. I think you would rather go with the mobility rather than the firepower. Unless you're using something like vertical stabilizer or something, but this thing doesn't have DPM. It needs to have the rammer. So if this thing only has like 200 or 300 more DPM and a lot better frontal hull armor, but it'll be a decent medium tank. It's a large ass medium tank too. This thing gets like a 5 out of 10. The hull armor suck. It's not an AMX M4. Granted, it's fast in comparison with the AMX M4s. Well, comparison with the 49 AMX M4, but well, this thing only has 40. That sucks. This thing already has 44, so 60 is a lot better than the 44, obviously, but it has no hull armor like these things. These things actually have hull armor. Yeah, this thing has about 300 millimeters effective frontal hull, and obviously Gold Shell will go through it, or if you just do like this, Gold Shell will go through it, but at least I can defend myself when there's no hull down positions. For the Lorraine 50T, you need to have hull down positions. Otherwise, you get pinned in the hull. 5 out of 10. It's a one-trick pony. There you go, folks. Lorraine 50T. So, I mean, I don't play the French heavy as much as other heavy tanks, so they may have a niche playstyle that I am not accustomed to. So leave your comments below if you're good at French heavy tanks, but from what I play as a M103 player, it has, well, kind of comparison to an M103 or a Conqueror. Well, M103 is a lot faster. But this thing at least could bounce some shells with the upper plate, right? And the turret does have the common cupola weak spot, but it has a lot more DPM. A lot more DPM. So, I mean, it's not as fast, quote unquote. It's not a medium tank hunter, is it? It doesn't have the armor to be a medium tank hunter. It doesn't have the DPM to be a brawler. It's a sniper? It's a versatile heavy tank. Multi-purpose. Well, when you say that, I'm going to camp in the back and snipe. Because you have no armor and no DPM. What good are you? Sniping? Alright. Well, there you go, folks. the Lorraine 50T. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully this is not a battle pass tank. Please don't make this thing a battle pass tank. It's not as fun as a Kunstpanzer in terms of the siege mode niche, or not even, you know, decent like a K91 PT. So yeah, don't make this thing a battle pass tank, please. Well, then again, it has been collecting dust for over a year now, so we'll see. But battle pass coming soon with the release of Yo tanks. Can't wait. But thank you guys for watching again. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Рассветали яблони кручи.